Hello YouTube, welcome back to the homestead, and what we're doing today's a project day around the homestead here. We just received in via UPS about 2 hours ago a mini greenhouse that I had ordered, and we'll be putting this together today. It's from a company called Gardman, and it is a 4-tier greenhouse. And the dimensions on it are 2 feet 3 inches in length, 1 foot 7 inches wide, and 5 foot 3 inches high. So we're going to open this up. We're going to take a look at this mini greenhouse and go from there. Okay, here we have it unboxed now. It has a very simple one-page instruction sheet. We've laid out all the pieces according to their part number and sizes. So we're set to go. And of course you always have to have a cup of coffee while you're working. So we'll get started on this and come back in a little bit. Okay, we have each of the shelving units all put together now. And one thing that's interesting about this is that it doesn't require tools. Everything just hand snaps into place. So that's kind of a plus. So now we're going to start putting each of the shelving units together and get back with you. Okay, we're back here now, and we have got the shelving unit put together for the most part. Now, a couple things. Like I said, this requires no tools and everything snaps in by hand. But I'll tell you what, for seating these poles, I found it worked a whole lot easier if I used my leather mallet from leather crafting. I do leather crafting here. And so I would suggest that as you put these poles in, you give them a good tap, either with a leather mallet, a wood mallet, or a rubber mallet. I would not suggest using a metal hammer. It could easily damage these steel poles. But it snaps them into place real good, and I'm actually surprised at how sturdy this thing is with it having just been snapped together. Now, when reading the reviews on this before I ordered it, one of the complaints that people had was the shelving unit. They said that as you take your plants on and off of it, they tend to flop off. And yes, they are just hanging on here with this little bit of a lip. But I figured there was an easy way to take care of this, and I was right. I merely zip tied my shelf into place, and you can see it's not going to go anywhere. So I use 4 zip ties on the bottom of the shelves. Of course, I'm going to trim them off. It's just showing you where I'm at in this project right now. So we'll continue on and get back a little bit. Okay, all of the shelves have now been secured with zip ties. I did discover one thing. I have 5 zip ties on each shelves instead of 4. I discovered if I place one in the center, right there to that center pole, it makes it so strong I can actually lift up the entire unit by those shelves. So a few zip ties easily overcomes the issue of the shelves popping off while you're trying to place plants on or take plants off of it. It's a cheap fix, and it makes it absolutely secure. And here we have it fully assembled. All I have to do now is put on the outside plastic shell, and we'll be all set to move it into place. So let's finish her off. Okay, here we have it now with the plastic shell on it. This project came together so easily. So if you're thinking of purchasing one of these things, they work real well. The door unzips, and you just bring it up and tie it open if you need it open. And then inside, it ties to the framework. So it's secure enough. And then I also noticed on the outside of the greenhouse, They have D-rings on both sides. I imagine that's so you can anchor it to a wall or something when it's outside, because it wouldn't take much. This thing's very lightweight. Wouldn't take much for a wind to blow it. So it will need to be anchored once it's moved outside. I'm going to be using it in the house for at least another month, getting my starts going, and then probably about mid-April I'll move it outside to use it as a conventional greenhouse. But it's going to work both in here and outside. So I'm going to move it into its place for now, and then I'll let you take a look at it and talk to you then. And here we have it in place, ready to go. I already had some starts I did of Tiny Tom tomatoes. So I threw them in there, and now I'm going to start adding more stuff to it as I begin planting, plus my cell trays and other things. So there it is, the 4-tier mini greenhouse by Gardman. I do recommend this product. It was very easy to put together. I got it from Amazon.com for $43 and free shipping, so the price wasn't too bad. So thank you for stopping by the homestead. Please subscribe and have a blessed day.